Hello, my name is Eric Chappell, author of AutoCAD Civil 3D 2014 Essentials, and this is the Essentials and Beyond exercise for Chapter 19. In this exercise, we are to open a drawing, which I have. It's called Sheets and Quantities Beyond, and we're going to do some QTO stuff in this drawing, as well as creating some view frames and sheets. So we'll start off with the QTO Manager. We're going to use QTO Manager to tell us how much chain link fence we have in this pond area and also this area down here to the lower right, conservation area we're calling it. So to do that, I'll open the QTO Manager, and I need to find that chain link fence item, which is down at the bottom of the list, and right click and say Assign Pay Item. I'll choose my two fence polylines, one here and one here. And I'm watching the command line to make sure it says Pay Item 16 assigned to object, and I'll hit Enter. Just to make sure I got them right, I'm going to right click and say Select Objects with Pay Item, and you can see that it picked both chain link fence polylines. So now I want to actually see how much of that I have. So I'm going to execute a takeoff, and I'm going to compute. The report type I want is a summary HTML, and it's telling me that I have 1,982 linear feet of chain link fence. So pretty easy, that first step. The next step is to compute materials for the corridor along the Madison Lane alignment. This is a little more involved because here we're dealing with sample lines and quantity takeoffs and that sort of thing. So different kind of quantity takeoff than what we just saw. So what we'll do is I'm going to launch the compute materials command for Madison Lane, and I've only got one sample line group there. It's called quantities. So I'll go ahead and click that, hit OK. And I want to base it on road materials. Notice I've got pave 1, pave 2, base, and sub-base. I'm going to try to map objects with same name, and that worked. So it actually matched up names within the codes of the corridor to names within the shapes themselves. So I'll click OK, and it seems like nothing really happens. It thinks for a while, the drawing pauses for a second, but really the computations have been done in the background. But now I want it to tell me how much of each of those materials I have, and I can do that either with a volume report or a volume table. So I'll go ahead and try a volume report. Click volume report. I want to do material list, and I want to pick a style sheet and pick select materials XSL. Go ahead and click OK, and it's going to try to open that in my browser. So I'll bring the browser window over where you can see it. And there you can see the materials report. So what it does is it tells you each type of material at each station. Typically what you're interested in is kind of the bottom line. What is the final value? So here we have 136.94 yards of asphalt, this much base, this much sub-base, and this much curb. Alright, it gives me the area, the volume, and the cumulative volume. So incremental volume and cumulative volume. But usually this is what we're interested in, is these bottom numbers. How much of each material do I need to build the road? So that's how you complete the second step. That's how you compute materials and get the software to report those materials to you. The final step is to create view frames and plan and profile sheets for Madison Lane. Alright, so the first thing is view frames. I'm going to go to the Output tab and launch the Create View Frames command. Pick Madison Lane. I want to do Plan and Profile Sheets. See Civil 3D 2014 Essentials, Chapter 19. There's my Plan and Profile template. I'm going to make a guess that this is 20 scale. Click OK. You can do it whatever scale you want. Try different scales, see how they turn out. If I recall from earlier exercises, we were doing the match lines at even 5-foot increments. I'll go ahead and create the view frames. And that's going to give me, looks like 1, 2, 3 view frames. Alright, now with that, I'm ready to create sheets. So I'll click the Create Sheets button. I want to do all the view frames. I want to do all the layouts in the current drawing. It's the simplest way. I'll click Next. I'm going to choose my profile settings. Again, recalling from previous exercises some things that we like to do here. We like to use mean elevation. We're going to include our storm and sanitary pipe networks. And I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. I'm going to click Create Sheets. It's going to ask me to save the current drawing, and I will do that. Next, it's going to ask for a profile view origin. It's going to create some new profile views. And now it's going to go through the process of doing its calculations and actually generating the sheets. Since we only have 3 sheets to create, it's going to be fairly quick. When it's all done, it should open the Sheet Set Manager, which it has. And as soon as it's done thinking, I'll bring that over to where you can see it. So there you can see the 3 sheets that it created in the Sheet Set Manager. And it also created 3 new layout tabs. So if I click on one of those layout tabs, I should see a nice plan and profile of Madison Lane. There's the first sheet at the beginning of Madison Lane, the second sheet somewhere in the middle, and the third sheet probably just showing a little bit of the cul-de-sac and some area beyond that. So with that, that concludes the Essentials and Beyond exercise for Chapter 19.